My name is Mike Hall. I am with Drake Extrusion here in Martinsville, Virginia. I am responsible for product development and new business development here for Drake Extrusion. What are the advantages and strengths of polypropylene? Um, One of those is excellent durability and wear resistance. It's chemically resistant to cleaning agents, um, bleach, common solvents. It's hypoallergenic. There are known allergens to the skin. It has the lowest energy consumption to produce, which is kind of unique in that manner. It's the lightest of all man-made materials. It floats in water, resistant to mold, mildew, bacteria, and is odor resistant. It has the lowest conductivity rating of all man-made fibers, so it's actually classified as an insulator. Keeps the cold out, the warmth in. Um, and one of the things I thought about was PP is actually a byproduct of petroleum production and is upcycled. And upcycled is a term where we're taking and making a new or useful material out of something that would in the past have been a byproduct. PP is unique in this way versus other synthetic fibers such as nylon or polyester. What industries use polypropylene and what are some of the products associated with those industries? So I kind of took a broad look at that question because I think most people don't understand that they're literally polypropylene is in things that they touch and feel every day. Food packaging, yogurt cups, bottles, plastic jars, medical supplies, syringes, surgical masks, gloves, plastic furniture, which is really popular with children, tables, little small chairs that are extruded polypropylene in colors, automotive parts, bumpers, dashboards, battery trays, just to name a few, plastic films, bags, wraps, labels, of course, fibers, which has been the focus of our industry, woven upholstery that people sit on, knitted socks, mattress covers, non-woven applications, which is some markets that we service here at Drake as well. Diapers for children, for adults, sanitary napkins, etc. And then industrial applications. Polypropylene fiber can actually be cut into flock and then put into concrete as reinforcement. So it's actually used as a reinforcing fiber in some construction goods. What are some of the customizable properties of polypropylene? PP has the ability to be customized with color additives. It makes the product ready to process in textile applications, especially without the need for being dyed into a color, which greatly reduces the environmental impact from water effluent that has to be treated after a fabric or an item would be dyed. It does very well with the addition of antimicrobial additives to help reduce bacteria build in certain applications. Lends itself very well to medical end uses. PP fiber properties can be tailored to certain applications to where it can be used as a binder fiber, to where it can actually be melted to help encapsulate another fiber, another synthetic fiber that has a higher melting point to provide rigidity to products in certain applications to where it needs impact resistance or it needs to help potentially even mold a part to a form. PP fiber with the proper UV stabilization packages, it really allows excellent color fastness, allows the material to be able to resist the sun's fading or degradation, which helps it in, marine type applications, outdoor awnings, shade cloth, those type of things. The color advantage of polypropylene. PP has excellent color stability with the proper UV packages, ultraviolet protection packages. Marine applications are some of the ideal applications for PP because it's light. It'll float in water. You see it in some boat cover applications, again in shade cloth. Typically in an automotive interior now, there is some design going on where there'll be PP items in the interior and polyester items in the interior. And PP has a very good opportunity to blend color-wise well with polyester, to where there's some seamlessness in that automotive interior. What is the threshold where polypropylene may not be the best choice? Interesting question. The first thing that comes to the top of my head with PP is in a very high heat temperature area. Typically that would be temperatures that are in excess of 165 degrees Celsius. At that point, PP can begin to soften and melt. So those would be typically for a nylon or a polyester or a pararamid fiber that's intended more for a high heat application. Something that's high stress like ballistics, you wouldn't necessarily put polypropylene in a bulletproof vest. Those would be an application I could think of there. But for applications that are not quite that demanding from a temperature standpoint, there are times when PP can be a suitable replacement. I think we find applications with customers and clients all the time to where you kind of have a conversation where they've always been using X. And it's all about saying, well, have you thought about using polypropylene? How does Drake drive innovation and create opportunities with polypropylene for your clients? The first thing that we always like to present is that Drake, as a company, is always trying to push polypropylene into new applications, where it may historically have not been used. We're trying to drive those by looking at different additive technologies, producing hybrid materials. Maybe we're going to combine PP with another synthetic fiber, and just trying to see where we can take our technical knowledge with our additives, with our extrusion capabilities, with our mechanical processing, to where we can try to engage those customers with new product ideas in their same markets, maybe markets they're looking to enter into, and how we can continue to drive diversification both for Drake extrusion as well as the customers that we are interacting with or servicing. It's all about seeing how both companies can invest in the relationship with each other. Can polypropylene compete with other products in performance and cost? I think PP can compete very well with products that kind of share the same potential characteristics or the same applications. There's some applications to where a customer is just looking for an item that it's all about price. For the intended application, they may not need a fiber such as polypropylene or another synthetic fiber that just exceeds the expectations for that market. I think that part of our discussions is how we determine does polypropylene fit this space? I think the freshness of working with Drake, and something that we try to be committed to, is that part of the relationship with that customer is if PP does not work for that application, then, we try to be straightforward with that customer and say, hey, this may not be the best product for your intended end use, but we also feel like we have enough technical resources that we can also advise them if PP does not work. And if it does, then obviously we want to be the solution provider. But, I think we have continued to push and improve polypropylene. It's not the PP of the 70s. We're trying to move polypropylene into applications and looks in the market to where it looks more like a natural fiber. So, we're continually trying to push it to where, it's not the polypropylene of old.